This is by far our most important Aberdeen episode yet. It's going to be a pretty crazy one. There's going to be 2 matches today, potentially 3, both with 2 trophies on the line. One being the league title that we've kind of messed up a little bit, and it's now going very much to the wire when beforehand we were super clear on top. We also have a Scottish Cup final. It's going to be all very intense. So let's run the intro, prepare yourselves, and let's get into it. Hi everyone, Jake here. Welcome back to the Aberdeen series. Hope you're all doing well today. Well, it's going to be a very, very big episode, that's for sure. Like I say, we've got 2 big games today. One is going to be the Scottish Cup final that will finish the video where we play Kilmarnock, which hopefully will be quite a winnable one considering they are currently a championship side in this world, so in the 2nd division of the Scottish leagues. And then the league title where we were God knows how many points clear. It's ended up with us being only 2 points clear of Celtic. And guess who we've got to play? Away against Celtic, then away against Hearts. If we can beat Celtic today, we get the title. If we don't do it, it will go all the way to the wire for the Hearts match. So plenty to get into. Really hope we don't throw the title away. But before we do all of that, I'm going to ask you guys if you could smash the like button for me. It will really help and continue supporting this series and getting it out to as many people as possible. So thank you to anyone who does that. Subscribe if you haven't already, as we push for 15k subs. And other than that, just cross your fingers, pray for us, and hope that we can get over the line. Let me know in the comments your predictions of what's going to happen. But you can kind of see since that Tottenham game, we've been in decent form, but then losing here and there, not looking all that convincing other than a 4-1 win against Rangers, which was great. But only a few games before that, we lost when we were away from home, and our away form might end up costing us here. I don't know how it will go. Celtic away is going to be tough. If they win that, suddenly they are in charge and they'll be 1 point above us. Goal difference is way higher, so we've got to hope they lose the last game, and it's all very much up in the air unless we can win today. The only other thing to note, transfer window will be next episode and whatnot, but we did have our youth intake come through, and the most notable player, where is he, is this guy, Jim Hamilton, a young striker who looks quite good. And there was one other guy, I'm trying to remember his name, here he is, Rory Macaskill. He looks pretty decent. I'm not sure he'll ever be, a first team regular or anything like that, but he's okay. And after that youth intake, I've decided to get rid of my youth intake guy, my head of youth development, because we had a lot of people coming through with low determination, and I realised our head of youth development also had low determination, which was rubbing off on the players, so we've switched that up. But other than that, there's no other way to delay this. We've got to get straight into this Celtic game. Like I say, it might end up being 3 games today. If we win the title today, I'll skip the next match that we've got in the league and just go straight to the cup final. But everything rests on the shoulders of this match. It's going to be very intense. Quite nervous, actually. I thought we had the title in the bag, but obviously Celtic being Celtic, us being Aberdeen, that title just seems to be gravitating towards them always. So we've got to make sure we do everything we can to stop them getting it. So our team is going to be Neverstitch, Darnell Fisher. I'm going to say we will play, but I'm not too sure about that. Sevelic and Gagnon, do I really want that? I'd rather have Andreas Caro at the back with Sevelic. We'll go for Wilson Esbrand, Sherendor, Cafu, I'm not sure about that one. I'm going to say Ibrahimovic. Ross McCrory is out injured, so it's going to be Connor Barron as the box-to-box, and then we'll go for Volomark, Pereira, who's really starting to turn up recently, and Miovski up top. Cross your fingers, everyone. Pray for us, and hopefully we can get a win here today. But if I'm being honest, I've just got a bad feeling about it. I don't know why. Obviously, Celtic away is a really tough match, but exactly what we're going to say there. The pressure's all on them. What do we have to lose? Go out there, cause an upset. If we get a draw today, I think it still goes to the last game of the season. Of course it will. They'll still be 2 points behind us. But the Hearts game is a much more winnable one, I would have thought. But this is going to be massive. The main thing is that we don't lose, particularly away from home here. But here we go. First highlight of the game. 8 minutes in. It is us. It's Wilson Esbrand to Barron. Back to Connor Barron. He plays the ball in. Volomark's there. There is nothing wrong with that goal. That best count. I think we might have got the opening goal after only 8 minutes. I saw nothing wrong with this. If they disallow it, they say Miovski might have been offside. Was he even involved in it? Goal review. Goal awarded. Okay, we're 1-0 up. That's as good of a start as we could have asked for. I don't even know who was considered as being offside here. I'm sure we'll soon find out. But I didn't see anyone involved at all who could have been offside. So I'm perfectly happy with this. We're going to skip past that and just take the 1-0 advantage. No idea what Celtic were complaining about, but second highlight, after only 10 minutes, if we can make it 2-0, that would be a brilliant start for us. And it is Ibrahimovic on the ball, making it through the middle of the park. Volomark over to Miovski. Miovski can't quite get there, and it's claimed by the Celtic goalkeeper, who's going to launch it back up the pitch. Can we win the first ball? We haven't. It's gone to a Celtic player. He's played a long ball forward. He always scores against us. Furuhashi, such a good player, way too good for the Scottish divisions, but every time he comes up against us, he absolutely destroys us. And yeah, 10 minutes in, it's 1-1. That goal was far too easy for them to score. Shows a lack of pace of Sevelic at the back, but our other centre-back options in Jalbe So is slightly tired, I believe, or injured, I can't remember. But not fully available for selection today, as far as I'm aware. And then Sevelic over Gagnon, yes, that's fine. Mason Hancock maybe not ready. And I already mentioned last episode, centre-back is the area where I feel we need to invest in the most. And that kind of proved it there. An Aegean defender getting outpaced, and it is 1-1, but it's calmed down a little bit since then. And we do have a highlight in the 25th. It's a ball into the box, claimed by the Celtic goalkeeper, and I'm sure they'll try and counter-attack pretty quickly. And they have done with a long kick forward. Kostic is there, but we managed to win the ball. Connor Barron to Sherendor, back to Wilson Esbrand. We look like we've got control of it. We don't want to do anything stupid and let the pressure get to us and give away an easy goal. Sevelic has gone forward to Volomark, who nearly beats his man, but ends up heading it back to the goalkeeper, who's on the ball. He clears it long. Kostic, he's going to play a long ball through, isn't he? He's going down the wing. He plays it into the middle to Danilo. It's a great ball through to Mavuka, who we nearly signed at one point, and he's gone and scored 26 minutes in. 2-1 to Celtic. We've got a lot of work to do here. We don't look terrible. Celtic just look very clinical when they go forward. I can't lie, I'm panicking a little bit. They've had 29% possession and scored twice from 2 shots on target. We're not out of this game. We're not even playing badly. We just need to create a few more chances with the ball that we're having and stop them cutting through us so easily, like they have been doing. They've got a couple of bookings as well. Maybe that will go in our favour. Realistically, they've got a way better squad than us, but just over the course of a season, I feel like we deserve this title. And hopefully in the second half we can do something, because we're not playing terribly. It's just not quite working out there. I'm going to say, what was that? Get your acts together, start playing. I'm going to make a few quick substitutions. The first one being Darnell Fisher. He's going to come off for Estevez there. And then our other one, maybe Oscar Pereira off for... Alan Forrest has barely played this season because he's been injured. Might be a good idea to bring him on. Or we bring on Cafu, potentially. You know what? We'll give Pereira a little bit more time and then make our mind up. But yes, first substitution will be Darnell Fisher off for Estevez. He's just not having a great game, and hopefully Estevez can provide something else on that right-hand side with his electric pace. And it's Volomar. Back to Estevez. Straight away, being a danger, putting the ball in. Miofsky can't get his head to it. Wilson Esbrand, is he going to get tackled out there? No, he does quite well. But we have given it away, but Volomar wins it back, finds Miofsky, who shoots and hits a post. I think he was offside, and he was. But it was close. And I definitely feel like it's harsh that we are losing this game. XG is in our favour, so is possession massively. But now it will be time to make some subs. And we haven't got Wilhelmsen to call on properly because he's not 100% fit, just coming back from an injury. So instead, I'm going to put Duke up front. I am going to bring on Alan Forrest. I'm also going to take off Ibrahimovic for Cafu. And other than that, I think the only other one we can really do is maybe Jaden Richardson on at left back. Was thinking maybe Mason Hancock, but hopefully the pace of Richardson can help us out here with 60 minutes left on the clock. We just need that one chance to score. We'll take a draw and we'll move on to that Hearts game. If you can see by individual performances, our team is not doing terribly. Here's Connor Barron. Plays a corner in it, finds Sherendor, who heads it over. As long as it's not Celtic counter-attacking again from our own corner, I don't mind too much, but I thought for a second then we might have an opportunity. Got to go very attacking for the last few minutes. I think we really need it here. I really don't want to leave it to having Celtic win, be above us on points, and we have to rely on them losing and us beating Hearts. So I really want to get a goal here if we can. And here is Volomark on the right-hand side. Can he cut it across the box? He goes to pull it back. He finds Duke. Duke! Of course it's Duke. It's always going to be Duke, isn't it? If anyone was going to score here, it's got to be Duke. And he's gone and done it. He hasn't played that much of a role this season. Definitely a bench player this year after we brought in Wilhelmsen, who technically is better. But whenever we rely upon Duke, he goes and gets us a goal. And it was brilliant play by Volomark. I can't lie. I thought the highlight was over here when he cut back. But he did really well to find Duke, who tucks it away with great accuracy. 77 minutes in, we make it 2-2. And right now, this is not a terrible result at all. We can just move on to the Hearts game and hope that we can win that. We'll still have our 2-point advantage. But if there's a late winner in this for either team, it's going to be absolutely massive. So I am going to demand a little bit more, just in the case of something happening. 91 minutes on the clock. 92, there is a highlight. If it's Celtic, it's probably lights out for our title push. If it's us, we've won the title right now, today, at Celtic's ground, which will be incredible. And it is us on the ball. Richardson to Barron. Duke, he gets tackled. Please don't go forward. Carter Vickers bombs it down the line. No, not for Furuhashi. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be him, isn't it? Come on, defend. Stand up. Mavuka. No, Turnbull. Oh, what a save. Come on, survive, survive, survive. It's Turnbull again. It's bouncing around the area. It's ended up with Mavuka. He's offside, referee. He has got to be offside there. Oh my God, we're going to VAR to hold on. It was a brilliant save from Neverstitch earlier. I thought that they had scored. Goal review. Goal disallowed, thank God. That could have changed everything then. It was just bouncing around the box. Once it found Mavuka, I was so nervous. But right now, we're just waiting for the whistle. We'll take 2-2 at Celtic Stadium. That's perfectly fine with us. And then we'll be 2 points clear with one game to go in the league against Hearts. And we have managed to survive here. That is the end of the game. It's 2-2. I think not a bad result at all. If we look at the numbers, we should have won. Let's move on. Let's get players back to fitness. And still 2 points clear. Yes, goal difference is in their favour. So if we draw and Celtic win, they will take the league title. I assume it does come down to goal difference, but hopefully we can beat Hearts. I would hope we can. So let's get on to that game. And for once, I just don't want us to ball something up. Let's hope this time we can actually win a trophy. I have no idea what's just happened. I'm just simulating ahead, trying to get ready for that Hearts game in the hopes that if we can win it, we might be able to get the title. And I had this message pop up. Aberdeen win the Premiership. So I've stopped. I just want to... We've done it. We've actually won the league title. Bit anticlimactic not to do it in a match, so I don't know what's happened. I can only assume we don't all play at the same time, and that is true. Celtic have played on the Saturday, we're playing on the Sunday, and they've lost 1-0 to Livingston, of all people, at home, and we've actually won the league title with Aberdeen within 3 seasons. I mean, that was going to be the aim of the whole series, to win the title, but after what you guys said last episode, and I think I was going to anyway, I'm going to continue this until hopefully we win a European trophy. Maybe it won't go on that long. Maybe if it takes 5 seasons, we'll give up, but I just want to see how much further we can go with this club. But that is insane that we've actually won it. We've actually won the Premiership title. Like I say, a bit anticlimactic. Would have loved to have done it in a match or to have beat Celtic last minute. But considering the stress we were under in that Celtic game, as long as we've won it, I am happy. We bring success for the Aberdeen fans. Absolutely delighted with that. The board are happy. And for the first time in how many years has a team other than Celtic and Rangers won it? The last time someone else won it was Aberdeen in 1984. This is now the 2024-2025 season, so that's 40 years of dominance, is it not? I'm pretty sure every other club in Scotland outside of Rangers and Celtic would have been cheering us on at that point when they knew the title race was heating up, because for once someone else has won it. We have actually won the league title. That is incredible stuff. I just had to do a whole team meeting before the Hearts game, telling everyone oh, get ready, it's going to be a big match, but hopefully we can win. It doesn't even matter. We've gone and got the title. So I'm going to skip the Hearts game. I'll get straight to that cup final. And maybe we can win 2 trophies in one episode, which will be amazing. So I've got a few bits to play between now and then, so I'll catch up with you once that's all sorted. Okay, so it's cup final day now, and I've got to say, I am very, very happy that it didn't go down to that last game of the season, because we ended up losing it 2-1, and we only scored right at the end. They scored after a minute, and we kind of flopped, so I'm very glad that that match didn't matter in the end, because our run of form towards the end of the season, probably after the winter update, to be honest, wasn't great. And I did mention in a previous video in a comment that I'd show everyone the tactic that we're using. Not that I've actually done anything special with it, but just to let you know. So sweeper keeper on the attack with the following duties, and I'll let you just have a look at them as we go past. It's pretty basic, just a standard 4-3-3. The only additional instruction, I think, is with the right back asking them to ease off of tackles because we kept getting red cards from it. I don't even know if that's something you can do to stop getting red cards, but it seems to have helped. In possession, we're looking to play like this, very high tempo, gegenpress style, playing out the back, passing it into space and making runs on. We like to counter and counter press when possession has been lost. And out of possession, we're playing a higher defensive line and a higher press, I suppose, a higher line of engagement. So to anyone who was interested in that, there you go. But yes, we come down to the cup final. We are going for Wilhelmsson up top, who, even though he hasn't been scoring that much recently, I'm going to put my faith in. And if we need him, Miofsky is on the bench. Pereira, Volomark, Leighton Clarkson as the box-to-box midfielder with, actually, you know what? I feel like we should go Cafu. We're going to go Cafu as the box-to-box, Ibrahimovic as the Mezzala, Ndor at the base of that midfield, playing the passes through. Mason Hancock is going to be our left-back. Wilson Esbrand not playing very well, so I'm going to let Hancock have the game. And if we need him, we can call on Jaden Richardson as well, who will be on the bench. Connor Barron, I wouldn't mind if he was on the bench also. Beso, Caro, Estevez, and Neverstitch. There we go. That's our team. We need a goalkeeper on the bench. Fine. I will take Wilson Esbrand out. So that's probably the last that you'll see of him. We're not going to keep him him for the future. Ross McCrory is still injured. I also just put Vinny on the bench, and the captaincy, because there was no one available for captaincy, it's gone to João Beso. So he's going to be captaining in the cup final. 12 months left on his deal, so we need to decide if we're going to keep him. But we've now got one trophy under our belt, and despite losing the Scottish Cup final, not the Scottish Cup final, sorry, the League Cup, despite losing that, I hope that we can somehow get a win here today. Like I say, Kilmarnock have done very well to make a final. They are the best side in the championship, but saying that, they're still a championship side, so you'd hope we could beat them today. But we haven't actually won a trophy in a match yet. We always seem to flop at these kind of moments. But straight away, we're having a highlight. 2 minutes in, Cafu blasting it over the bar. But hopefully that Hearts match was just all the nerves coming out before this game, having a poor performance so we can play well today. But it looks like Kilmarnock have came with the intention just to sit back. And like Hearts did, they had a back seven pretty much, Hearts, and just played for set pieces. Maybe Kilmarnock will do the same. But if we can just get one goal to open them up, I'll be very happy, because we didn't play bad against Hearts in the last match. We just couldn't finish our chances, basically. So hopefully we can do that here. And we're playing it around nicely at the back. We've got the quality here today. We should be winning this. This is one where we're actually favourites for once. And it's Wilhelmsson who's through with an early chance. He chips the goalkeeper and he hits the post. And it isn't going in for us just yet, but that's a great start 9 minutes in. Even though they've got so many players back, we cut through them very, very easily there. That's a great start. Nearly a 1-0 advantage. But the highlight's not over yet. Kilmarnock are going to try and play it out. And fair play to them. It's really good football. But Ibrahimovic steps in, claims it, finds Pereira, the player that we signed this year, and he goes and scores. We are 1-0 up. Great ball in from Ibrahimovic. Great play to win the ball back. And then Pereira, I kind of doubt him in those situations at the minute, but the longer the season's gone on, the more reliable he's looked. I think he is starting to settle in to our side a little bit more now, but great interception from Ibra. Then he plays a nice ball through, a brilliant ball through actually, and Pereira just has to finish. He went for the opposite post to what I expected, but as long as it's ended up in, we're happy. And now that whole back five with two defensive midfielders isn't looking so strong for Kilmarnock. They might have to come forward a little bit later. And that one goal advantage gives us the licence now a little bit more to just take our foot off the pedal, control the game nicely. Possession is fairly equal, but Kilmarnock are doing nothing. And you would expect that, to be honest, with the tactic they're playing. They're playing a very defensive tactic. I was going to say, it looks like we're going to half-time at 1-0, but instead, Kilmarnock, as I said, are likely going to play for set pieces, and they come very close there, hitting the woodwork with a header. But we are starting to grow into the game in terms of possession and chances now. So I'll class that as a very successful first half. As long as the ball's in the net, that's what we're happy with. So let's just say go and win that trophy, show everyone what you're capable of. Miofsky can come on soon, as will Duke, I would have thought. Not the best performance recently from Wilhelmsson. And Volomark just isn't having the best of days either. So I think we'll get both of them off in a second. But we do have a highlight here. For the first time, it's an open play highlight with Kilmarnock on the ball. But we've won it back straight away with Andres Caro to Goncalo Estevez, who's settling in nicely as well now. I imagine we might sell Darnell Fisher this summer potentially with the way that Estevez is playing. And Wilhelmsson has brought that down brilliantly from the Estevez ball, chipped it into the corner, had a touch off the goalkeeper, and there's a slight fear he might have been offside here. We'll find out. It has been disallowed, so it's not going to count. We're not winning 2-0. It's still only 1. Wilhelmsson doesn't get his goal. Really incisive play there, though, from Estevez, and it's very close, actually. Very nearly onside, and very nearly the second goal that probably, in a game like this, would have sealed the deal. But still, at this point, Kilmarnock not doing anything special tactically, still sitting back. Maybe later in the game, they'll change it up. But I think for now, for us, we're going to get Miofsky on, and we're also going to take off Volomark and bring on Duke. So we've got 2 new players on there. That's 60 minutes passing. I'm not going to use all my subs straight away. Kind of want to take my time with it. And but Estevez probably isn't actually having his best game today. So we're going to bring on Jaden Richardson there. That's free, and we still got 2 other subs to use in if it is just 90 minutes, which I hope it will be. I kind of don't want extra time and whatnot. But here's Pereira going down the left-hand side, finds Sharon Dorr. He's had the ball stolen off him though, and it is a counter-attack for Kilmarnock. Beso, the captain of the day, does really well though to step in and win it back. Here's Neverstitch. We're going to build out from the back and hopefully get that second goal to kill the game off. And it's Mason Hancock going forward. We lose it again though. It might actually be a Kilmarnock highlight from open play. That's only if they can cut through us though. Hopefully we can stand them up well and not let them through the lines. And we've done that exactly. They couldn't find a way through. We then won it back. We found Pereira on the left-hand side. He could put the ball in. He does. He finds Duke. And Duke volleys it over the bar, nearly the second. It looks like it's blocked, actually, and we're going to have a corner to follow it up. On comes Jaden Richardson for Estevez. Still 2 subs to use. and we'll probably use them in a few minutes, or at least one of them, should I say. There is a highlight though before I can do it. It's Ibrahimovic with a ball into the box. Andres Caro rises and he scores for his first goal of the season. Might even be his first goal at the club, I'm not too sure. Maybe not, it hasn't said it at the bottom, but it's his first goal of the season. Rising tallest at the back post there to head in Ibrahimovic's free kick. 2 assists for him today, Ibrahimovic. He's playing very well, and you can see why he won the Golden Boy award. And now that game is done and dusted by the looks of it. We're going to win the trophy. Let's bring on one more player before we finish up here. I think we will let Alan Forrest come on, seeing as we'll never see him again. We're letting him go at the end of his contract at the end of this year, so say goodbye to him. Same for Sevelic, I suppose. We can say goodbye to him as well. We'll move Andres Caro around, bring off the captain, João Beso, and we'll just see the last 10 minutes out. Hopefully, no issues at all. They've gone to a 4-4-2 now, Kilmarnock, and considering I've brought on 2 players to say goodbye, hopefully nothing happens and we suddenly get dragged into extra time. But it looks like we should be okay. 3 minutes left of added time right now. Miofsky's on the ball. Finds Sherendor. Can we make it free and seal the deal? It's Cafu to Sevelic, who's just came on. Finds Andres Caro, who's got his goal today. He goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. There probably were better options than that, but that's what he's decided to do, and we'll trust him. He's the goal scorer today, so fair play to him. Here goes Richardson on the right-hand side. We're going for the goal. It's Duke. Tries to find Miofsky. He gets it to him. Miofsky lines it up against the goalkeeper. Big save, and that is going to finish 2-0. Ayin Ibrahimovic, that's annoying. He's gone and got himself injured with 2 minutes to go. We've got no other subs left. It won't matter in that sense. Just annoying that our young player's injured yet again because he was out for half of this year with an injury. So hopefully he will be okay. Here's Miofsky, potentially to seal the deal. He tries to chip the goalkeeper, hasn't gotten in, but it is a 2-0 win. We are going to lift that trophy, I would have thought, as soon as he takes this goal kick. We're just waiting now for the ref's whistle. Condrick hits it forward. Kilmarnock done very well to get to a final, to be fair to them. They'll be coming up into the first division of Scotland now, you would have thought. I assume if they win the title, they come straight up. I don't see why they wouldn't. And maybe we'll be playing them again next year. Maybe even in another cup final, but not today for Kilmarnock. It looks like we're going to get the win. We do. It's a 2-trophy season for us. Could have been 3 if we'd won the League Cup. We could have won the treble, but it's going to be a league title and a Scottish Cup win. We've done very well today. There's our side going up to claim the trophy. Where am I? I'll be at the back somewhere. There you go, that's me there with my assistant manager, I assume that is. No idea who he is. There's Never Stitch, there's the rest of our team. We're going to lift the trophy. Unfortunate Ross McCrory couldn't play today, being injured. He is the club captain, if I remember correctly. And there we go, trophy is lifted. We have done it. The Scottish Cup comes to Aberdeen. I don't know when anyone last won that other than Celtic and Rangers. It's probably been a long while, so very, very happy. Post-match, dressing room, say well done to the boys. Let's see what kind of damage we've got to Ibrahimovic. Hopefully not too bad. He tore his hamstring actually, which is pretty bad. He's going to be out for 2 to 3 months. So hopefully as the season starts again, we'll be getting him back to fitness. But we do the double. Everyone's very happy. I'll talk to Ibrahimovic, just say you did really well. Hope your injury's all right, and he's fine. He's good with that. We've got some money in. Shinnie declares win a proud day for fans. Aberdeen board happy. Ibrahimovic played very well. Yes. Finances, we have £7 million in the balance. We've been given a transfer budget of 6.3 million. So we're happy with that. We can spend that on some good players, I would have thought, improve the squad, get some players out and get the team moving forward yet again, as we have done every single summer. It's been a great season, 2 trophies under our belt, and now we need to keep that up, hopefully win the Premier Sports Cup as well. And we'll be in the Champions League next year in the group stage straight away. I don't think there's any qualifiers. So we need to make sure we give a good example of ourselves, maybe even make it to the knockouts. I imagine that'll be very hard to do, but you never know. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hopefully you have enjoyed Season 3 and the series so far. If you have, smash the like button for us, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.